Well, today I would like to try Gemini Live. I have heard that it can work with computer screen, your computer screen. So I believe you can, but I haven't paid for it. I don't know. Maybe there will be some limit for this. Maybe it will not work at all. But let's try it anyway. By the way, you can just Google like Google AI Studio, something like that, or you can go to aistudio.google.com/live, and it's the main screen, but also we have this tab maybe, or mode, stream mode, and here I have found share screen button. I will try it right now. It's my first time trying it. Also, I have heard that the sound can be shared to the tab, the web page, only if you select a tab, not the whole screen, not the window. So I don't know. I can try, but I don't want to work with sound like right now. I was thinking about maybe try to get some advices about my once a microphone. It's my microphone. Hello?
Hello there.
Hello there.
I am listening. How can I help you?
Okay, I'm just I just wanted to try this screen sharing mode of yours and see
how is it working?
How it works.
It seems to be working well. I can hear you clearly. Is there anything specific you'd like to test?
I was thinking about, by the way, if I make any mistakes in my English, I'm not a native English speaker. So if you notice any problems in my English speaking, you can correct me as we go. So, but right now I was thinking about maybe this interesting idea. I was thinking, can you give me advices on my chess? It's my hobby, chess game. Do you know it? Of course you know. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I know about chess. I can definitely provide advice and insights into the game. What specifically would you like help with?
I was thinking maybe I will go to the history and select a game of mine. Select a game I lose to someone, maybe this one. And maybe
All right, I see
get...
you've selected a game from June 21st. It looks like you played as black and your opponent was rated 714. Would you like to go through the game and see where you could have improved?
Yeah, let's start. Let me skip a few moves maybe, but because I don't know chess openings, so I just play a special setup, special layout. So I don't want you to give me tips on the openings. On the openings, I will have a lot of time to invest into. So I don't want to invest a lot of time in the openings right now. It's just a fun for me, the chess, the game. So maybe I'll skip a few moves here and here. And maybe I don't know. Maybe you can give me some tips as we go. For example, here, what would you suggest me to play here? By the way, this recorded game, it's not cheating because the game was done in the past. Yes, so you can give me any tips. It's okay.
Okay, so you're asking if it's okay to get some tips for a past chess game? Since the game is already finished, getting advice now is perfectly fine. I can help you think about potential moves or
Mm-hmm.
analyze the game to see what could have been done differently.
Yeah,
What would you like?
yeah. Yeah, something like
Great.
that, please.
Feel free to ask any questions you have about the game.
I don't know, maybe you can be like my chess teacher, and maybe you can be more, maybe you can, how to say it, maybe you can lead.
I can definitely guide you through the game. We can analyze the moves, discuss potential strategies, and see where you might have had more opportunities to improve your position.
Yeah.
Let's Let's start by looking at the current position. What do you think are the main things to consider here?
Okay, good question. Thank you for that. Okay, it's my move, or yeah, I have already done my move. I have already did my move. It was bishop to f5 in this situation. I believe I was thinking about developing my pieces as soon as quick as possible. So I don't know exactly why I have selected this. I know. I selected this bishop because I cannot develop black colored, black, how it's called, by the way, black bishop, black square bishop. This on f8.
You're talking about the bishop on f8. Developing pieces early in the game is a good strategy, as it helps control the center and prepares for further development. In this position, moving your bishop to f5 puts pressure on white's center and prepares for further development of your pieces. It's a solid move.
Okay, but my question was how it's called, this bishop, which can only move on black squares.
Ah, I understand. The bishop that moves only on the black squares is called the dark squared bishop.
Dark square
It's an
bishop. Yeah. I remember now. Yes, thank you very much. So I have developed this bishop to f5, but maybe there was a better move. What do you think? Instead of this bishop f5 in this position.
Well, bishop f5 develops the bishop to a good square and puts pressure on the center. However, depending on the specific position, there might be other good moves like developing another piece or controlling the center further. It really depends on the overall strategy and what white is doing.
Yeah. What would you suggest me in this position?
Considering Considering the current position, developing the knight to c6 could be a good move. It controls important central squares and prepares for further development. Another possibility is playing e6, which solidifies the center and opens the path for the other bishop. The best move really depends on your desired strategy.
Yeah, but I forgot. What did you say? Bishop e6 or pawn e6?
I suggested playing e6, which involves moving the pawn to the e6
Yeah,
square.
I see. But if I do this move, pawn e6, then my bishop on c, white color bishop will be blocked. No?
You're right, playing e6 does potentially block your light squared bishop. However, it also creates a solid pawn structure and prepares to develop your pieces in a more flexible way. You can still develop the bishop later to squares like bd7 or be7, depending on how the game develops.
bd7, b7 is like fianchetto. Yeah, I see what you mean here. Maybe I'm just not very familiar with these structures. So okay, but your other suggestion of knight to c6 was interesting. Interesting. I wonder why I did this move in this case. Why I haven't developed the knight. Maybe I was afraid of queen f3 and potential mate ideas for white. Maybe that was the reason. I don't understand, to be honest. Maybe you have any ideas why I have choose this move, and I don't know.
Bishop f5 is a perfectly reasonable move. It develops your bishop actively and puts pressure on white's position. Don't worry too much about whether it was the absolute best move. It's important to understand the ideas behind it and how to continue the game. What do you think white...
Okay, what was your question? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No problem at all.
It's strange because now when I go over the game, it shows like it was the first moves. Okay. In this position, yeah, you were suggesting something, and I have interrupted you. What was your saying?
I was mentioning that developing the knight to c6 or playing e6 were good alternatives to bishop f5 in that position. Both moves help with development and controlling the center, but they have slightly different strategies. It's good to consider different options to understand the nuances of the position.
Yeah, but I thought you had a question for me, no?
You're right. I was asking you what you thought white might do next in the game. What moves do you think white has available, and what would be their plans?
If I were white in this position, I would be very concerned about this. How to call it? Pawn on e4. Is there any term, maybe any, can we call this pawn that made a good way into our territory, this pawn, from the white's perspective, I mean.
That pawn on e5 is definitely a strong point for white. It controls key central squares and restricts black's movement. You could call it a strong passed pawn or a central pawn advantage because it's advanced into black's territory and is difficult for black to control. White will likely try to use this pawn to create threats and expand their control of the center.
Yeah, so from the white's perspective, I believe I will be very concerned about this pawn, and maybe I would try to exchange it for something, or just how do we call it when one piece takes yes, yeah. I remembered it by myself. So from the white's perspective, I would try to take this pawn, but I don't see a clear way to do it. Maybe you have any suggestions from the white's perspective about this pawn, or maybe this pawn is not that critical right now. What do you think from white's perspective?
It's a good idea to consider how white might deal with that pawn. Exchanging it would be one strategy to remove the central pressure. They might also try to support it and push it further, or use it as a distraction to attack in on the flanks. It depends on white's overall plan, and black's responses will also influence the game significantly. It's a complex position with many possibilities for both sides.
Okay, but the simplest plan I see for white is to advance this f2 pawn to f3, yes, and this way we can force this I don't know how to say how would you say this maneuver? How would you call it?
Ah, that's a good plan. Pushing f2 to f3 can challenge black's control of the center and prepare to develop your pieces. It puts
Mhm.
pressure on the e4 pawn and opens up lines for your rook. It's a solid move to strengthen your position.
How it opens lines for my you mean in later in the game it can open lines from from rooks, yes? Yeah, maybe, but isn't this move not that ideal because it blocks white's knight on g3 from developing, no?
That's a valid concern. While pushing the f-pawn does restrict the knight on g3 for a moment, it's often considered a temporary setback for the overall strategy. You can later reroute the knight to a more active square, and the f-pawn advance can create new attacking opportunities. It's a trade-off, but it can be beneficial in the long run.
Okay, I see. Okay, maybe I can enable chess engine. Oh my god, just a second. Just wait a minute, please. Yes, I will enable chess engine and it will show us its suggestions. It's a very strong chess engine. So these arrows, blue arrows, you can think about them like very good, maybe optimal moves in a given position. So maybe it will help us to discuss this game. Yes, so I'll maybe skip a few moves again. Yes, this position we discussed a little bit. Okay. Oh, by the way, white actually did this move, f3 advancement. Okay, no comments from you. Okay, that's okay. And here, I believe I was thinking it was a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly, but I believe I was thinking about maybe taking this pawn on f3, but then in this case, white can just take back with knight, for example, and I don't see any advantages for black in this situation, so maybe taking is not that good. But I don't see any alternatives here. Do you see any alternative? Yeah, I see that chess engine suggests this e5 move, but it's not very easy for a player like me to make this move. I don't see the idea clearly here. Maybe there are some simpler ideas here for black. What do you think? Are you here? Ah, the page collapsed. Interesting, collapsed. Maybe my computer isn't strong enough. Hmm. Strange. Because memory situation is okay. I have a lot of free memory. Yeah, that's not very good. It just collapsed. I don't know. It was interesting. I didn't like that it haven't provided any suggestions regarding my English, although I explicitly asked it about it. So, and it just stopped working. Maybe I don't know, maybe I can close a few applications here and here to free more memory. And try again. I don't know. It wasn't that interesting, to be honest. Maybe I need to try something else. I don't know. Okay, let's try to continue a little bit. Maybe, yeah. Share screen again. Maybe share window. Maybe it will work better. Maybe choose tab. Maybe it will work better. Yes, this, I believe it's this tab. Hello again.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Yeah, we were discussing my game. Just a second. I need to understand. Yeah, we were discussing this game, and the site decided to just hang up. And by the way, I have asked you to correct my English mistakes as we go, but you haven't corrected any, so it was a little bit. Maybe you focus too much on the chess itself, the game. So, but let's continue this this conversation. So, in this situation, I have I asked you about suggestions for me because white just went pushing this f pawn. So what would you suggest me in this situation to think about, to consider? Maybe there are some simple moves here. What do you think for black? Just again it stopped working. I don't understand. Yeah, something is wrong. Something went wrong. So I don't know. It works, but not very well for now. Maybe I can. But it worked for like I don't know, for 10 minutes or what? Yeah, for like 10 minutes. Maybe I need to refresh the page, something like that. Maybe I can change this. We have. I don't understand. Why can I change anything? Let me refresh the page. Yes. Yeah, now I can change. Maybe I can change this resolution. Maybe it will help. Maybe I can change these options. Proxy video, session context. In content size, target content size. It's about memory of the model. Also, function calling is like allows. I believe it allows intelligence to do something interesting. So I believe we can end this experiment here right now. Goodbye.